I want to ask you something. When is the last time someone actually asked you, not what you do, but what are you actually worth to the room that you're in? Not your title, not your experience, not the impressive bullets that are on your LinkedIn profile, but your real value, the thing that you bring that no one else in the room can replicate. If you're being honest, the answer probably is never, because nobody asks that question. Here's what I know. After years of sitting in C-suite rooms and coaching women that are fighting to get there or grow once they arrive, the women who are the most underestimated are almost always the least capable. They're the ones that have never been given a framework to articulate what exactly they bring. That changes today. My name is Tanya Austin. I am the founder of Lead and Laurel, a community that I've built specifically for high-achieving women, working at the executive level or actively working toward it. And over the next several months on this channel, I'm going to walk you through every piece of the puzzle, the traditional career advice the world leaves out. Today, we start with the foundation, your value proposition. Not your resume, not your personal brand in a social media sense, your actual value proposition. The articulation of what you specifically bring into the room that is irreplaceable, measurable, and worth paying attention to. Because here's what I see happen again and again. A woman with an extraordinary track record walks into a room that should be hers, and she undersells herself. Not because she doesn't know her worth, because nobody ever taught her how to say it out loud. I call it the value gap, the space between who you actually are and how you're being perceived in the rooms that actually matter. And for higher achieving women, that gap is often always wider than it should be. Here's why. We have been conditioned for a long time to be competent and quiet about it, to let the work speak for itself, to wait to be discovered, to add. I know that sounds like a lot after every confident statement. And in low stakes environments, that strategy can survive. But at the C-suite level, in rooms where decisions are made about who moves forward, quiet competence is the fastest way to become visible. The value gap is not a reflection of your ability. It's a reflection of how clearly you have learned to communicate it. And closing that gap is not arrogance, it is strategy. So let's talk about what your value actually looks like, because I want to get specific here. Not general and not inspirational, specific. Research consistently shows that women in executive leadership bring a distinct and measurable set of strengths to the organizations that they lead. And I want to walk you through 4 of them, not as soft skills, as strategic assets. Let's talk about pillar 1. Women in leadership tend to lead with a level of emotional and relational intelligence that directly impacts team performance, retention rates, and organizational trust. This is not a soft skill. That is a P&L driver. Do you know what it costs an organization to lose a high performer? Do you know what it costs in cultural capital when trust breaks down at the leadership level? Relational intelligence prevents both of those things. And that is your value. Pillar 2, let's talk about it. Women have historically been required to navigate complexity with fewer resources, less margin for error, and less institutional support. That creates a muscle, the ability to hold the full picture, the people, the process, the politics, and make the decision to move all of it forward simultaneously. That is rare and is exactly what high-stakes rooms need. Pillar 3, let's get to it. There is an art to bringing a room to alignment without sacrificing the outcome that you know is right. Now, here's the part that no one talks about. Knowing your value and being able to articulate your value are 2 completely different skills. I can sit across from a woman and see her value so clearly, it's almost frustrating. And then I watch her introduce herself. And the version that she presents is almost 30% of who she really is. Not because she's lying, because she's never had permission to own the full picture. We're taught to be accurate. We are rarely taught to be compelling. And there is a difference. Accurate is, I have 15 years of experience in financial services, and I currently lead a team of 40. Compelling is, I turn high-performing teams into high-trust organizations, and I've done it in some of the most competitive markets in the country. Same person, same experience, completely different positioning. So how do you make the shift from accurate to compelling? Here's the framework I use with every woman that I work with. Step 1, define your transformation story, not your resume bullets. Ask yourself this: what does a situation look like before you enter the room? And what does it look like after? That delta, that measurable difference that you create, that is your value proposition. Lead with that. Step 2, translate strengths into business language. Not personal traits, business outcomes. Not, I'm a strong communicator, but I have navigated multi-stakeholder negotiations that saved $3 million in revenue and prevented a board-level crisis. Same underlying strength, business language. Completely different weight in the room. Step 3, deliver it without the qualifier. Hear me out. You know the qualifier, the little apology at the end. I know that sounds like a lot. I don't want to brag, but your value doesn't require an apology. I know what I'm saying. Say it. Pause. Let them catch up. That pause is not arrogance. That is confidence. And in a full room of people fighting for attention, confidence is magnetic. This is the work that we do inside Lead and Laurel. I built this community because I could not find a space, despite of all the organizations that I belong to, that was specifically designed for women operating at this level. So I created it, a curated environment where your value is already understood before you open your mouth, where the conversations are designed to move you forward, not just connect you. Because this is what I know for certain, after living this and coaching this. The women who reach the C-suite and thrive once they get there are not always the most qualified in the room. They're the ones who understood their value, positioned it precisely, and placed themselves in environments where their value could actually land. That's the game, and I'm here to help you play it. If you've ever been in a room and you knew you had more to offer than what was actually being seen, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me which one of the 4 pillars felt most like you. Relationship intelligence, system thinking, consensus without compromise, or long-range vision grounded in reality. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now, because next month we're going deep on positioning, not just on knowing what your value is, but how to place yourself in specific rooms where that value gets recognized. Lead and Laurel opens its doors in June, a digital platform community that's global. The link to join the waitlist is in the description below. This conversation is just getting started, and I am glad you are here for it.